Hello and welcome back to the another episode of Daily News Quiz Analysis for IAS Prelims 2025. It is 24th January today, and in this video we are going to solve some important questions which are very much relevant for your preparation. Before we'll start solving these questions, as usual, I would like to give the brief introduction about this initiative so that if you are new to our channel, you will get more connected with it. Every day we try to upload this video exactly at 6 p.m. on our YouTube channel, and we try to discuss various types of questions in it. And these questions are taken from different sources. So depending upon the sources of these questions, we divide our discussion into three parts. So in the first part of our discussion, we discuss questions with respect to current affairs. You know what we do? We take up the most important articles from the newspapers, we break them down into the simplest language possible, and we derive the possible prelims questions from those particular articles so that it will give the idea which part of the news article is important for you, what should be your approach when you are reading your news articles or your current affairs, and what are the questions you can expect from those particular articles. So this is what we are going to do in the first part of our discussion. After solving questions with respect to current affairs, we will shift our approach to the another part of our discussion where we will solve questions from the static portion directly. What we do? We take up the static topic every day here and discuss that and break that topic down, and we will derive the prelims based question from that particular article or that particular topic so that it will give the idea how the questions can be asked from that topic also. Currently, right now, we are discussing Indian polity. So today we are going to discuss a topic from Indian polity. Currently, we are discussing the President of India. So with respect to the President of India, we will discuss a concept here and derive the question from that. After discussing questions with respect to current affairs and the static portion, we will shift our approach to the third part of our discussion, which is the last part, where we will discuss a previous year question. We will discuss a previous year question here. We will try to find out what is the vocabulary which the UPSC uses when they frame these questions. What are the different methods we can implement in solving these questions if we don't have the proper knowledge, and what are those questions in which we can implement these methods, and also we will try to understand how we can implement this knowledge which we will get from these questions in the upcoming exam. So this is in a nutshell what we are going to do in this video. Now, before we will start solving these questions, I would like to request you guys, please do note down these questions which we discuss here. Develop your own question bank. When your exams are near, I'm talking about the month of May, you would want to revise everything, but time won't permit you. So if at that time you have these questions would definitely connect you with the current affairs. It will connect you with the static part. It will connect you with the previous year questions. It will give the brief analysis, and also it will boost your confidence if you revise it before your exam. And also, as we discussed, what are our sources? So there are chances that many questions can coincide in the exam with these questions. If not the questions, statements can coincide. If not the statements either, trust me, these would be the concepts from where they are going to ask you the questions. So with this, I would like to request you guys, please do subscribe the channel. When you subscribe, it helps the channel grow. Please hit the like button and share it with your friends so that they may also get benefited from this initiative. Now with this, let's have a look at the first question which we had brought today. As here you can see on our screen, the question is related to tuberculosis. We are discussing this. We had discussed this topic most of our classes previously, and today we had brought a different type of question which I believe you should know about the tuberculosis. And also why this question we had brought here, because there was an article in the newspaper about tuberculosis, which basically talked about the widening road to end tuberculosis. As India, we had brought the with respect to tuberculosis, we had brought the National Tuberculosis Elimination Program. We brought this National Tuberculosis Elimination Program, under which we were supposed to end it before 2000. We were supposed to end it till 2025 to eliminate tuberculosis from India. But unfortunately, we are not in a position right now to eliminate it. And what were the reasons for that? Why there is so much delay? Mostly it is associated with the COVID-19. Because of the COVID-19, we were not able to eradicate it. So with respect to tuberculosis, government has brought various schemes, as we discussed under National Tuberculosis Elimination Program, and also Pradhan Mantri Tuberculosis Mukt Bharat Abhiyan. It is also, government had brought Pradhan Mantri tuberculosis Pradhan Mantri tuberculosis Mukt Bharat Abhiyan, TB Mukt Bharat Abhiyan. Under this also, in this program also we needed volunteers who would work on separating the information about tuberculosis, how we can deal with that. So government is trying its best to eliminate tuberculosis. We are planning to eliminate it before 2025 or 2025, which is 5 years before the SDG goal, which the globe is trying to follow, that we should end tuberculosis by 2030. It was prior 5 years to that, but still right now we are not in a position to do this. So what here in this article, which we are talking right now, which we are discussing right now, it gave us some issues related to tuberculosis, why we are not able to curb it, what are the various issues related to it. The first issue is difficulty in detection. The major issue with the tuberculosis is the difficulty in detection. This is one of the issue. It is sometimes it is very much latent. Its symptoms are not that much visible. So usually patients, if they will feel cough, they will treat it as a normal cough, and they won't go to the checkup stations, or they won't go to the doctors and take the checkup of themselves. So it is difficult. It is very much difficult to detect. That is one of the issue related to tuberculosis. Another reason which was given in the article is low awareness of the population for other forms of the TB. Whenever we hear of the TB, we think of the pulmonary TB, that disease associated with our lungs. But there are other ways also. There are other types of the tuberculosis also, which are known as extra pulmonary TB. We are not that much aware about the extra pulmonary TB. So this is also one of the issues, that we don't have the proper awareness about that. And if we will feel any sickness in our body, any kind of disease in our body, even the doctors won't diagnose it as an extra pulmonary TB, because there is very less awareness about that. So this is also one of the issue. Then the third is a difficulty in tracking. This is also one of the issue, as it is one of the first communicable disease. So there is the difficulty in tracking. This is also one of the issue. And also the doctors, they are low skilled, or we can say the people who tested, there is low skill in testing these diseases. And also there are some supply chain constraints with respect to that. So these are some issues which were highlighted by the author here. So with respect to TB, one more thing with respect to India, we should know that India is also known as the world's capital for TB. Approximately 27% of the TB patients are located in India only. So we should know that India is known as the unofficial capital of TB. And with respect to this, from last few years we are seeing a downward trend in the deaths due to TB in India also. So we are doing good in this, but the target which we had framed, we are not in a way able to achieve that. So this is all what you needed to know about this question, about the context of this article. Now through this question we will understand more about it. So let us see what the question says here, and let's answer it. The question here says, with reference to tuberculosis, consider the following statement. First statement: pulmonary TB is the most common form of the disease and primarily affects the lungs. 100%, it is most common form of the tuberculosis, and it primarily affects the lungs. So nothing wrong with this statement. Coming to the second statement, it talks about the extra pulmonary TB. It says extra pulmonary TB occurs when the bacteria separate outside the lungs to other parts of the body, such as lymph nodes, bones, and brain. 100% correct. Nothing wrong with this statement either. So it is not associated with lungs, but extra lungs. What is outside lungs, it is associated to that. So it also affects liver, brain, bones, lymph nodes, and other parts of the body. So this statement is also correct. Now coming to the third statement, it says latent TB is a contagious form of the disease where the bacteria are active and cause noticeable symptoms. Totally incorrect. In the latent TB, the bacteria is inactive and the symptoms are not noticeable. So third statement is totally incorrect. So with respect to this question, the correct statements are statement 1 and statement 2 only. So with this, I hope you had got a little understanding about the types of TB, the pulmonary TB, what it is associated with, the extrapulmonary TB, what is it associated with, and also what are the various challenges what right now what India faces in curbing the TB, also the government plans which government had brought with respect to curbing the TB. So with this, I hope you had got this basic understanding. Now with this, let's move to the another question and see what we had brought on the another screen, another slide. Here the question is with respect to WHO. Let's see WHO. Why we had brought this question, because there was a news from US as the new president, 47th president, Mr. Donald Trump. He gave an executive order that he is going to withdraw from World Health Organization, and the primary reason for that was that World Health Organization was not able to curb COVID-19 that well, and also according to Donald Trump that US, being the nation which gives it 300 to 400 million as funds, 300 to 400 million, but this WHO, it is more associated with the countries like China and other Chinese and other countries like China. It is more associated with China. So this is the one of the concern which the Donald Trump raised, and he is going to withdraw from WHO. So here we need to know what WHO is. Through this question we will understand that, and also what would be the impact of this that USA is withdrawing from it. First of all, the first impact which it would lead to, let's understand the impacts first, then we will understand this question through about WHO through this question. The first impact, as US is going to withdraw from it, so there would be the constraint on the funding for vital medicines. There would be impact on funding for vital medicines, that would be impacted, as US used to give it 18 something, I guess 18% of the GDP of WHO, 18% of the GDP, 18% of the GDP of WHO was from US, and now US is not going to give it. So definitely there would be the impact on funding which they used to give for the vital medicines. So those medicines will get impacted. Now they may the availability of those medicines will get scarce, and also the pricing will rise for those medicines. So this would be the huge impact on the medical health of the world. So the another impact which the author here discusses is related to the equitable distribution in poorer countries. Equitable distribution in poor countries. Here the author says that the mandate of the WHO was equitable distribution of health sector in every country. So right now, if the US is not going to fund it, so what will happen? The fundings would be very much very low available to WHO, and it will definitely restrict itself to the countries which are very much in good terms with it. I'm talking about the countries which are giving funds to it, countries like China. So it will definitely impact the equitable distribution to the poorer countries. So this can also get impacted. Then the third impact which the author here suggested, that what it can lead to, that WHO will now lead towards China. It will lead towards China, and it will show dominance of China in WHO. So this will also be one of the major concern, as China will influence WHO in prescribing the drugs which are made by Chinese companies, and it can also be very much impactful to the world health. So these are the major concerns which the author here suggests, which can be because of the withdrawal of Donald Trump or US from WHO. Now here through this question, let's understand a little bit about WHO. This basic understanding we should have. First statement: WHO is specialized agency of the United Nations responsible for international public health. 100% correct, nothing wrong with this statement. It is this specialized agency of United Nations which is responsible for international public health. Second statement: the WHO's primary role is to provide financial aid to countries with weak healthcare system. So this statement is totally incorrect. Even though it is one of the role of the WHO to provide financial aid to countries with weak healthcare system, but it is not the primary role. And we can see here in the explanation part, while WHO does support countries in strengthening their health system, its primary role is broader, encompassing leadership on global health matters, setting norms and standards, providing technical support, and monitoring health trends. Financial aid is one aspect of its work, not the sole focus. So here we can see it is not the sole focus of the WHO to provide the financial assistance to the weaker countries, to the countries which have weaker healthcare, but it has the broader scope. So statement 2 is totally incorrect, in a way incorrect. Third statement, it says the WHO played a crucial role in the eradication of smallpox, 100% correct. So with respect to this question, the correct statements are statement 1 and statement 3. So here we have to understand that in IAS type questions, you have to be very much clear whether the statement is 100% clear. Here you can see, even though the second statement seems correct, but here the catch is the primary role. This is the catch in this statement. So with this, let's move to the another question and try to solve that. Here the question is about the Election Commission of India. Why we had brought this question? Because today, 25th November, we are celebrating the 75 years, sorry, 25th of Jan, tomorrow, we are going to celebrate the 75 years of the Election Commission of India. So about Election Commission of India, we need to know a few facts that we would come, as we had discussed this topic many times from last 1 month itself. So here we need to know what it is about. So about Election Commission of India, we know its main functions are in Article 324, which talks about its role. Its role to conduct elections for the office of the president, vice president, and for the parliament and the state legislatures. We need to know about the composition, who is the selecting, who is the person who appoints the election commissioners or election commissioner. We need to know it is the president who appoints them, and also we need to know what is the selecting body for that. About the selecting body, it is the PM, it is the leader of opposition, and it is the union cabinet minister appointed by PM, union cabinet minister appointed by PM. So these are the members of the selecting body. So this is a little bit recap about the Election Commission of India, as it is always revolving in the news. Such questions about it can be asked. So let's see what does the statement say, what does the question say here. The question says, with reference to Election Commission of India, consider the following statements. First statement, Chief Election Commissioner can be removed from office only through a process of impeachment similar to that of Supreme Court. 100% correct, nothing wrong with this statement. Second statement, the Election Commission conducts elections for the President and Vice President of India as well as for the Parliament and state legislatures. 100% correct. Here there can be a catch. It conducts the elections for the local, Panchayat Raj and others. That is incorrect, because for that we need state election commissions. So here, what is the mandate? President, Vice President, and Parliament as well as state legislatures. Third statement, the Constitution of India specifies the exact number of election commissioners that must comprise the Election Commission of India. No, it is not the Constitution. This is incorrect. It does not specify how many election commissioners should be in the Election Commission of India. So with respect to this question, the correct statements are statement 1 and statement 2 only. So with this, I hope you had got the basic understanding about the Election Commission of India. It is Article 324 which deals with it. Who are the selecting, who compose the selecting members, who appoints the election commissioner and election commissioners? It is the president. And with this, let's move to the another question and see what we had brought on the next slide. Here the question is with respect to Kaveri South Velar link project. As Tamil cabinet, or we can say the center, has yet to give approval to Tamil Nadu Kaveri South Velar link project. Center has not approved it yet, as the Karnataka government has reached to the center that they should not approve it because it would lead to water scarcities there. So there is a whole there has a political angle also associated with it. So let's understand this question, this topic, through this question. Here the question says that with reference to Kaveri South Velar link project, consider the following statement. First statement, the project aims to divert surplus water from the Kaveri river to the water scarce southern regions of Tamil Nadu. 100% correct. Second statement, the project involves linking the Kaveri river with the South Velar, Vaigai and Gunda rivers through a network of channels. 100% correct. These are the rivers associated with it. It is South Velar, it is a Vaigai, and it is Gunda river. Then the third statement, center has given its approval to this project in 2022-20. Totally incorrect. Center has not given approval to this project yet. So with respect to this question, the correct statement should be statement 1 and statement 2. Why we discussed this question? Because center has not approved it yet. So with this, let's move to the another question from the current affairs part. Question is with respect to the here. Let's see what does the question say, and the question is what was in the news article today. Question says, which Indian naval vessel was recently involved in conducting a hydrological survey of Mauritius, further strengthening maritime cooperation between the two nations under Sagar Doctrine? So, which was the vessel used for that? It is INS Sarvekshak. This was used to conduct the hydrological survey of Mauritius, and it has been done, and the report has been given to the president. So with respect to this question, the correct statement is option C. With this, let's move to the last question from the today's current affairs part. Then after we will shift towards the static part questions. Here the question is with respect to rhodamine B. Here we need to understand about rhodamine B, why it has been banned by Tamil Nadu government. What is the reason for that? That we will understand through this question. First statement, rhodamine B is a synthetic dye, 100% correct, commonly used as a food coloring agent. Even though it is a synthetic dye and it is used as a food coloring agent, but it is not commonly used because most of the countries has banned it. So this statement is totally incorrect. Even though it is used in parts of our country too, but it is mostly banned. It is not commonly used. So rhodamine B is a synthetic dye used in a food coloring agents, but used as a food coloring agent, but it is done through frauds, not in open. So it is not commonly used. Second statement says prolonged exposure to rhodamine B has been linked to potential health risks, including carcinogenicity. 100% correct, nothing wrong with this statement. It does lead to cancer stages. So this statement is 100% true, and that's why it has been banned by many countries, and also the Tamil Nadu government has banned it. And this is mostly seen, this chemical is mostly found in the cotton candy. If you had been in the Tamil Nadu beaches, I had been there, and these cotton candies are very much famous in that particular region, and people often eat that on the beach. So this has been very much banned. Then the third statement, the use of rhodamine B in food products is permitted in most countries due to its low toxicity. Totally incorrect, totally opposite to what this question is about. So with respect to this question, the correct statement would be option A, that is 2 only. With this, we complete today's discussion with respect to current affairs topics. Now we will shift towards this static part. Here today's static, here yeah, we have one more question with respect to current affairs. It is basically about the tea, which right now India is importing tea from Kenya, even though India is the highest producers of tea. India is importing tea from Kenya, and that is very costly, and it is putting pressure on Indian tea. So with respect to tea, we should know that we are the second largest tea producers in the world, and also we are exporting tea to the highest levels, and this year we are importing too, and we had imported from Kenya, and it is putting pressure on our domestic market. Why we are importing? Because there were some climate changes in the northeast, and that's why the tea cultivation was hindered there. So to compensate that, we are right now importing from Kenya. So this is the whole context why we are discussing this question. Now let's understand about the tea production. Here the first statement, India is the largest producer of tea in the world. Incorrect. India is second largest after China. China is the largest. So India is second largest. Second statement, Darjeeling tea, known for its distinct aroma and flavor is a geographic indication protected product. 100% correct. Third statement, tea cultivation in India is primarily concerned to the Himalayan foothills and the northeastern states. 100% correct. So with respect to this question, the correct statements are statement 2 and statement 3. With this, we complete today's discussion with respect to current affairs topics. Now let's shift towards the static part. Let's see what we had brought in the static part today. Here the question is with respect to the privileges of the President of India. What are the privileges given to the President of India under the what are the privileges that the Constitution gives to the President of India? These privileges are mentioned in Article 361 of the Indian Constitution under 361. So let's see what are these privileges. First statement, about these privileges, let's discuss them first. First, he enjoys immunity. He enjoys immunity from the official acts. Whatever official act he will do, he will enjoy the immunity. He can't be taken to the court to answer those things what he has done officially. Whether that is good or bad, he can't be taken to the court. Second, no criminal proceedings can be instituted against him for his official and personal acts while he is he is in office. No criminal proceeding can be instituted against him when he is in office, whether it is related to his official work or the personal work. That is also the immunity which he enjoys. Then the third, civil proceedings cannot be instituted for his official acts, but in his personal actions they can be instituted only after 2 months notes. For civil proceedings, for his official acts, he can't be taken to the courts, but for the personal acts, he can, that those things can be discussed, but only after 2 months notice has been given to him. So this is about the privileges given to the President of India under Article 361 under different clauses. So with respect to this question, we will understand it more. What are these? So the question says, with reference to the privileges of the President of India under the Indian Constitution, consider the following statements. First statement, the President enjoys personal immunity from any criminal proceedings even in respect of acts done before assuming office. This before assuming office is the catch here. Even though he enjoys the immunity when he is in office, whether it would be personal cases related to his personal life or the official work, if in case of criminal proceedings, but for them he can't be taken to the courts. But if they are done before assuming his office, then those things can be started against him. So first statement is incorrect. Second statement, no civil proceedings can be instituted or continued against the president during their term of office. 100% correct. No civil proceedings can be instituted or continued against the president during the term of his office. But here is also a catch. It is Hobbes' statement actually. If those civil proceedings are associated with his official work, then it is 100% true. But if it is associated with the personal work, his personal life, then they can be started, and for that 2 months notice should be given to him. So here, as the context is not given to what it is associated to, so this statement becomes correct. Third statement, the president is not answerable to any court for the exercise and performance of the powers and duties of their office. 100% correct. So with respect to this question, the correct statements are statement 2 and statement 3. So through this question, I hope you had understood what are the privileges which the president enjoys when he is the president of India. For criminal cases, he can't be judged. No proceedings can be started against him for criminal cases. For civil cases, if it is in with respect to his official work, then no. If with respect to his personal work, then yes. But 2 months notice should be given to him. And also, he is not answerable to any court for the exercise and performance of the powers and the duties of their office. So with this, I hope you had understood the privileges of the president. Now with this, we complete today's static part 2. Now let us shift to the last part of our discussion, where we will discuss a previous year question. As here you can see the question, it says about the Balearic Islands location. Where are the Balearic Islands located? Before we will solve this question, let me tell you, we had already discussed questions with respect to ancient India, with respect to medieval, with respect to modern, with respect to India's freedom struggle, and currently we are discussing physical geography. So this question basically, it was asked in the paper 2005. This question was asked in the paper 2005, and the question says, it talks about the Balearic Islands. So it says, where are these Balearic Islands located? So the correct answer to this is Mediterranean Sea. These Balearic Islands are located in Mediterranean Sea. These Balearic Islands are an archipelago of Spain in the western Mediterranean Sea, near the eastern coast of the Iberian Peninsula. So the correct answer to this is option A. With this, we complete today's discussion. I hope you would have liked the video. I hope you would share it with your friends, and I definitely hope you would subscribe the channel. Thank you for staying with me. Thank you very much. Have a nice day.